Welcome into Freestone Field at Brighton High School for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. A matchup between, top three teams in 5A and your Region 6 championship. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Scott Kilner. Scott, these two teams have been at the top of 5A all year long. Park City with the one region loss, Brighton undefeated. It's a must-win game for Park City to get a share of a region championship. For Brighton, they can win it outright with a win here tonight.
Yeah, Dane, really excited about this matchup. Two powerhouses in the state of Utah, and I think really sort of some of the things that I'm keeping an eye out for Park City. I mean, really one of the takeaways, probably one of the best defenses in the state. Park City plays a great, compact defense with great slide packages, really great team defense for Park City. Offense is a completely new cast. You want to keep an eye out for number 7, Garrett Herbert. He's one of the all-star offensive players for Park City. But really, I think for Park City to have a chance in this game is going to come down to the goalkeeping. A.J. Silanoff has to have one of his best nights in cage for Park City. And sort of a fun fact, Park City has appeared in the last 5 state championships. So this team knows how to win. They've been a pillar in the lacrosse community here for a long time. Really excited as we get started.
Yeah, Park City in the road blacks, Brighton in the home white and navy. As I want to remind you, the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late as Brighton here coming up the field. I love that you point out A.J. Silanoff, a .586 save percentage. But against this Brighton offense, we saw it against Olympus, Carrera, Wismer, all sorts of offensive talent. He does have to play strong between the pipes. And for Brighton, they got maybe one of the best goalies in the state in Mason Frey. This could be a goalkeeper battle as Brighton looks to set up this initial possession here with Anderson. Work back here with the senior. Young man going to go play out east. D3. Exciting opportunity for him is Luke Reese playing back here with Grayson Harris. We saw in that Brighton Olympus game, Brighton, they can sting you from 15 yards out. And that's where Park City's trying to keep everything extended here. There's a rip and an early goal for the Brighton Bengals. It is Gabe Carrera. We talked about the sophomore, his 47th goal of the season to put Brighton ahead 1-0.
Yeah, just great ball movement by Brighton, being patient, working it around, not really giving Park City's defense a chance. And, Carrera, like we saw in the Olympus game, just from that left wing, just really skilled at just placing the ball. Really great shot placement by Carrera. And I think we'll see a lot of that tonight.
It was one of the things. We talk about strength on strength, this Park City defense. They don't give up a lot of goals. And, you could see them trying to keep everything extended. It's like, well, that might work against a lot of shooters. I don't know if it does against Brighton, and Carrera makes them pay early. Face-off battle. How important is the face-off tonight between these two teams?
Well, face-offs are everything. They're a big game changer. It's basically extra possessions. Oh, another one.
Boy, that
was
a
James
quick
Anderson.
Strike. That's right, the senior with the goal, and it's 2-0 Brighton.
Yeah, Park City, I talked about it, plays great team defense, super compact. They're going to have to start to press out on these Brighton offensive players. And, you can't give these guys open looks from 15 yards. They're too strong as shooters.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make a move. Both those shots, basically just time and room, feet planted. You're going to have to put pressure on these guys and make it hard for them.
And that's the problem. Like, the skill of this Brighton offense, it jumps on you. You just can't play like you would against a normal opponent.
Yeah.
As this one kept in there by the long pole of Hales. And Park City coming away with the first offensive possession here for the Miners. Here comes Marsland. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Park City is offensively. I would think they want to do just this, be very deliberate. Scott, is that what you expect tonight?
You're going to – so far, Brighton has had the edge when it comes to face-off. So, you're going to have to be careful with that. You want to make the most of every possession, but I think it's going to be important for Park City to keep up with Brighton's attack. They're going to have to attack. They're going to have to – and he stepped on the midfield line.
Yep.
Silly mistakes like that you can't do.
Can't do it. Can't do it. And you could see the long pull of Tate Hales was causing problems, and that retreat ends up in a turnover. Here come the Bengals. Little wraparound, and that one's saved by Silanoff. Second opportunity. That might have hit the pipe. Early, relentless pursuit here from the Bengals. Harris works back up to the point with Anderson. That's Zach Anderson over to his, I think that was his brother James. 5 and 6 respectively. Work back to X. Sent up. The bounce shot there is wide, backed up. Good offense there from Brighton.
Yeah, great move by Grayson Harris. The hitch into the middle. Shot just wide.
Silyanov came over to play the pipe, and I love that. All right, let's work it up, get a real quick shot away. Zach working back over to the wing. Reese plays it behind. Wismer. Harris looking for some help. Sends up. Carrera. Nice spin move. The shot. And that one was wide. Backed up. Won there by Park City. Good chase from Crosby. In that Olympus game, Brighton made it extremely difficult for Olympus to work it up the field. And you see that pressure here paying early dividends for the Bengals. It's broken here by Garrett. As this one played wide, out of play, back to Brighton.
Great ride by Brighton.
We got a flag, too, an offside here. Go ahead, Scott.
Brighton's so effective on the ride, making it really hard. Do a great job of locking off the shorties, forcing the pole to carry the ball over. And then the defense did a good job of locking off the attack. The pole really had nowhere to go. Brighton came in, got the trail check, knocked the ball loose. Just really important for Park City to clear the ball effectively.
Well, because you think about that Olympus game, and it was the goalie, Caleb Johnson, that had to take several runs across the middle of the field.
Right.
For Olympus to break that. Here's the Miners. Gould. Thought about it. A little bit of room. Wind-up shot there, and Frey lost it, and I think that trickled in.
Yeah.
Yep. So Park City with an early goal here on one that, boy, Mason Frey would love to have back because he had 90% of that. Just lost it late.
Just lost it. Yeah, did a good job smothering the ball. It just kind of trickled past him. It was a good take by Park City, though.
Yeah.
And then they needed that to sort of keep the momentum sort of even.
Yeah. Well, and for a team that, doesn't score a lot of goals, right? We've played 14 games. They're 11-3. 127 goals. So they're not even 10 goals a game offensively on average, right? You go down 2-0 early, you got to get some confidence offensively in a match like this.
Yep. And that was a procedure on Brighton, so it's Park City ball.
Here's Reese Smith bringing it ahead for the Miners. Birch. Sends up. Gould thought about it. Use of the screen there from Knapp. Gould being defended here by Anderson. Approaching the midway point, opening quarter, 2-1 Bengals. Oh, that pass too tall. Third unforced error here from Park City. I guess two. One was forced by Brighton.
Yeah. Well, but there was also the over and back stepping on the.
Well, that was one I'm classifying as forced.
Oh,
Is there another one I missed?
Oh, I was just thinking about the ride and clear.
Gotcha.
So basically 3 turnovers for Park City.
And we got a timeout taken here by Brighton, I believe. Yeah, timeout Bengals. Brighton had the big start. They'll take the timeout here. Have possession when we come back. You're watching the Region 6 Championship on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Welcome back here. Brighton possession. This will be started by Wismer. It's able to be regathered by Reese. Carrera. Oh, boy, they did such a great job of getting movement to free that up. That pass just mishandled by Wismer. Good deflection there defensively by Crosby. We had a man-up opportunity there for Brighton. My apologies, I missed it as that Carrera shot was wide. And Brighton thought that the release was early, and now the official's going to come over and check, I believe. I should say the release was early. Park City brought someone into the defensive end maybe early before the release. And that's what the Brighton bench was yelling for. And there's going to be the table here to verify. Of course, that probably helps that it's a Brighton table, right?
Yeah. Apologies. I missed the penalty, too. Park City was man down.
I think it was just a 30-second technical.
Right. And then they released the defensive player from the midfield line, but before the actual penalty
Which
got
they
released.
did. And I don't want to criticize officials. I don't love officials going to a home table to get a call. That seems a little odd, but
I mean, they missed the call. They should have. Yeah, there's
you miss it, you miss it,
yeah,
right?
You miss it, you miss it.
And I think if I'm an official, I say, hey, I'm sorry. That's on me, right? I'll watch it better next time. But, yeah, I think the indication was just no foul.
Yeah.
And I think you have to do that.
Right. Yeah, no instant replay.
Right.
Or,
yeah, they didn't ask us for a replay.
No.
So Brighton on possession. Park City back to even strength. Worked over with Anderson. James coming around, plays it back. That was taken away. Good stick by Reese Smith. He's got some wheels. Smith with room. There's a reason why Park City wins a lot of state championships, and you see right there, right? We're not going to waste a possession. We're going to allow our offense to set up, take advantage of the opportunity, or try to. Oh, they got a cutter. That was Gould. Couldn't get him the ball. Quick step. Little lane here on Fry, and that one saved by Frey.
it was a good take.
We talked about the save percentage for Cillianoff coming in as a shot there. That hit off the pipe. How about the save percentage for Mason Frey? 729 on the season. Unreal.
That's future Westminster commitment. So he'll play locally in college.
I'm sure you're excited for that,
Yeah, very excited.
The voice of the Griffins here. He'll be a good one for them, I think.
Yeah. And we talked about it last time, just the fact that he's a lefty, that makes it a little bit challenging as an offensive player to adjust to playing against a left-handed goalie.
Yeah. Reese works up to Wismer. Now Carrera with the shot. That might have been wide. Coming near side. Carrera. Sent up. There's a shot, and Silionoff with a nice save. Track that one well.
Yeah, Park City doing a better job of pressuring out on Brighton, giving him sort of tougher looks on the cage, and you kind of saw that one there. Silionoff able to track that all the way from about 18 yards.
Long outlet up to Knapp. Is that one away, and this is going to go back to Brighton. Good stick check there by the Bengals, able to track that down. I'll tell you, if you give Carrera that shot that he just had, though, a lot of those are finding the back of the net.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just such a talented shooter, great at placing the ball.
Yep. Some confusion here for Brighton. That looked kind of disjointed, lost, and Park City on it here with Gibbs. Never mind. Good move there by Wismer, getting a little lane. Send up, catch and shoot. Harris. As we approach the final 90 seconds of this quarter. Work behind Carrera. Little step there. Coming around, and boy, that one got through Silionoff, but able to keep that out of the back of the net.
Yeah. Something we haven't seen from Carrera, a little crafty.
Yeah.
Sort of back flick shot there.
I like the change of pace, though, right? For me, it's about giving the goalie different looks. That's a different look from Carrera.
Yeah, for sure.
Garrett able to bring this up. He's got a little room here. Good stick check. Laid on by Wismer. Able to split it. Here comes Salmon. Final 30 seconds. Back up with Wismer. Anderson to the middle, looking for a shot there wide. Eight and a half to go. There's a shot. Silionoff got a piece. One second left, and Park City able to flex some defensive muscle here over these last 2 minutes. As Brighton will start it, and that'll do it. First quarter in the books. 2-1, the lead for the Brighton Bengals in the Region 6 championship game. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Dane Stewart, Scott Kellner with you. 2-1 Brighton. Scott, your thoughts on that first quarter? Start out, high amps for Brighton offensively. Park City really settled in.
I thought, Brighton did a great job of just being aggressive on the ride, forcing some turnovers, taking the ball back down. Sort of missed the cage a little bit. Had some great looks there in the second half of the first quarter, but just weren't putting shots on cage. And Park City, hanging in there. They had that great man-up goal. And but I'd like to see them get some more going on offense and maybe control possession a little bit more.
Marsland coming around, took a stick up high there. And Brighton, going to get called here. This will not be a penalty. Knapp working this over. Here comes Birch. Two teams met in the semi last year. It was a great battle. Park City made a big second half surge to get that win en route to the state championship. And Valkenburg hands that off. Here's Marsland again. Trying to free up that D. Little no-looker as this one trickling back. Frey able to gather.
Stayed in bounds.
Bengals
Frey's so good on that quick outlet pass. Sorry, Dan,
Yeah.
but yeah, just Frey, great in the cage, but also really good outlet passes, advancing the ball off the save, off loose ball situations. That also makes him such an attractive, just total package, as a goalie.
Well, I love that you talk about some of his passing because we saw clears against Olympus, half the field on a dot, right? And some that are like balls on a line. I mean, like he can do a lot on his clears. Park City bringing it up. Here's Gould has the minor goal. Feels like the tempo slowing down in this one, Scott.
Well, Park City being very deliberate with the ball, and but Brighton's defense is playing great. Park City's not getting very many, not getting any easy looks.
Marsland sends it out. Oh, that one couldn't be handled by Alnwick. Trying to stay on it here are the Miners. That ground ball initially had. Well, both teams have had opportunities, and now we'll get the whistle. It'll be Park City possession. Brackenbirch here to start it for the Miners. Trying to slither around, yeah. We've seen those sticks right up a couple times tonight. As a lot of extended contact. You see the Miners coming over. They're not big fans of it, but flags here on the play, and Park City will go man up for the first time tonight.
I think it'll probably be a hold and then maybe unsportsmanlike. So, yeah, 2 separate flags. It'll be 2 penalties.
That is the tough thing. This Brighton team, we made mention of against Olympus, they're big. Yeah. I mean, across the board, right? And you see some of the attackers for Park City, you got to find a way to keep those sticks low and not let them ride up. You're right. The hold, the call, the 30-second technical, and unsportsmanlike, and then the 1-minute non-releasable. Scott Kellner, man, on it. 2 for 2.
Well, I'm still trying to learn some of the hand signals. I got a lot of the major ones, a lot of the big ones, but some of the more obscure calls, I don't always know the hand signals.
Yeah, every game I forget that it's not elbowing. It's an illegal body check.
Yeah, illegal body check.
But I like to go with elbowing.
That's what the call looks like, when the ref communicates.
Yeah, we appreciate your patience with us. Scott's very educated. I'm still a kindergartner.
You've come a long way, Dan.
First grade. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So Park City, man up here. Again, 1-minute non-releasable and a 30-second technical. The Miners make it count. Worked back with Hopkins. You see Park City trying to get that ball moving. Sent up. Hard close out there. Nice defensive work by West. That pass couldn't be handled by Gould. This Brighton man-down defense doing a great job. Marsland tries to sling it across, and Park City with the goal. Hey, that is a great skip pass to set up the shot and the finish for the Miners, 2-2.
Well, Park City did a great job of sort of like faking the sneak. Brighton saw the sneak maybe coming, and so they sort of rotated early, sort of like prematurely. The sneak is just when the attackman is sort of like coming around the crease and fills in right in front of the goal. Brighton rotated early, freeing up that shot on the weak side. nice job by Park City reading the defense.
2-2 on the man up. Still a little bit of time here on the non-releasable. I think we're inside the final 20 of that penalty. On the face-off, the hold will give it to Park City. And we've got a whistle here. Timeout taken by the Miners. Timeout, Park City tied up. They have the possession. 8 to go here in the first half. Welcome back, Park City ball. Still man up here. Work to GLE. I thought the indication was a 1 minute non-releasable. It might be 2. Because I think it's gone on longer than a minute. Park City still on it. Good chase there by Hales defensively. Marsland working back. Trying to dissect to the wing. And that one didn't make his way through. Kept here. A long pull there, and we'll get a flag. Good track down there by J.T. Anderson to get it for Brighton and drawing the call.
Yeah, just a push with possession. Impressive takeaway by Brighton, though, creating the loose ball. And Brighton's so good at taking the ball away. Some of the leading defenders in the state when it comes to takeaway checks.
You think about their offense, and I would categorize it as finesse, but then they're a very physical team too. Like, they can really play multiple ways, speaking of the Brighton Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah, very complete team.
Yes.
On both sides of the field, in between the pipes, at the face-off. You really got to be firing on all cylinders if you're going up against the Bengals.
That's why they're 16-0 on the year, 7-0 in region play, right?
Yeah.
So, man up opportunity for the Bengals. I've seen a early 2-0 lead disappear. See if they can get it back. Here's Taylor. Austin Taylor. Time taken away on the man up. And it is back to even strength. No shots for Brighton. Taylor. Works back and around. Reese trying to get that to the wing. And that over and back, it'll go back to Park City. Scott, you mentioned it to start. This Park City defense, one of the best in the state. They show you why.
Yep.
Man down, even strength. Not a lot of penetration for the Brighton offense.
Yeah, they're just so compact. It's so even if you beat your guy, and you get a lane at the goal. I mean, there's going to be a slide coming. You got to be ready to just move the ball and to the weak side and try to attack from over there. But you really have to play great team offense against this Park City defense.
This shot backed up here by the Miners. Billy Alnwick trying to come to the middle, trying to find a little bit of space. A stick check there is Brighton was able to possess. I couldn't see where that ended up, and now Park City able to win it back. Trying to get one right down the slot, and that one a little behind the intended target. Back to the Bengals.
Yeah, time of possession is just going to be so important for this Park City team. It's great to try to make a sort of risky play like that, but you got to treat each possession like it's precious.
Flags coming in here. As Brighton's still with it. They'll have another opportunity to go man up. The Bengals will. As now we'll get the call. And, boy, Grayson Harris was a little slow to get up. Looks like he's trying to still shake that one off. "30-second technical here. Harris made his way to the bench for the Bengals. Anderson having to deal with the pull there of Garrett. Work back Taylor. Looking for Carrera.
Nice.
Boy, and I lost that one. I was actually paying attention elsewhere. Brighton with the goal.
James Anderson.
Second goal of the game for the senior JT.
Just nice time and room, step down, sticks that high and away corner on Silyanov. Brighton shooters finding their rhythm again after a little bit of dry spell there in the second half of the first quarter.
I don't mark times, but it has been probably about 15 minutes between Brighton goals.
Yep.
This one's still on the ground. The body's on the turf. And the push will give it to the Bengals. Brighton bringing up their offense, including Harris. Good to see he's back on for the Bengals. As we approach 4 minutes to go here in the half. Running start, Wismer. That pass too tall. And it will go back to Park City.
Feels like Brighton's having a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out how to attack this Park City defense, throwing a lot of skip passes, and which are always risky.
That pass a little tall. Can Park City get there? Yes.
When we're coaching, I always tell my kids, just make the easy pass.
Yeah.
Don't worry about trying to make some big hero pass across the field. Just make the easy pass, and focus on low risk exchanges, low risk dodges, and then just be persistent about attacking.
Birch able to stay on it. I feel like early on in this game it was Brighton kind of pass shot, right? Very, very quick decision making, and I feel like Park City's kind of slowed down their minds and the way in which they're executing. We get a whistle here. I have a timeout, I believe. No.
I'm not sure.
It'll be Brighton possession. Yeah, I didn't see the indication.
Yeah. Maybe somebody from Park City stepped in the crease. I don't know.
Yeah, not certain. Frey here to start it. Looking for that pass over the top. Couldn't get there, and Park City with it. Here comes Hopkins. Excuse me, that's Shady. And now we'll get a Park City timeout. 2:30 to go. Park City used their second timeout of the half. We'll be back. Welcome back. Beautiful new high school here at Brighton. In fact, we've done a couple girls' games, and one of the fun facts on the girls' side, I'm sure it applies here to the boys' side as well, is this senior class, the last to remember kind of the old building. I don't know if you remember it, Scott, but kind of had that circular design. It was very unique. That's now gone. We're modern. Beautiful new football facility and athletic facilities, athletic complex, and building here at Brighton. And they've done it right. Your tax dollars at work and a beautiful new facility here in Cottonwood Heights. Park City with the possession. Quick step there. Instead they work it back. There's Marsland. Inside the final two. Marsland trying to work around Salmon. Got a step there. Now you see Brighton bringing multiple defenders here, trying to get that possession back or at least get the ball moving. It works. Good stick check by Hales. That pass off the mark. Frey trying to get back, but gets beat. Park City capitalizing off the turnover, and we're tied up at 3.
Yeah, nice job by Zach Anderson corralling that loose ball in the middle of the field. There's a flag down on the play, too. Brighton's defense, though, coming in heavy with the slide.
Yeah, this is right near where the turnover occurred. As the sophomore Birch able to come up with a goal, and looks like man up here coming is this is going to be an illegal body check, Scott. I learned it only takes me a couple years. A 1 minute non-releasable here for the Brighton Bengals.
And Park City's been very efficient on their man-up opportunities so far today. 2 of their goals are from man-up.
And that goal from Birch was off of a turnover.
Right. But I think that's what Park City's going to have to do to sort of like stay in this game. They're going to have to score in transition, create some turnovers, take advantage of extra man-up opportunities, and so far that's been the script so far.
And even if you don't score here, you can get to the locker room since there's just over a minute left, and there's a 1 minute non-releasable. You can get to the locker room tied.
Yeah.
On the road, Region 6 title against undefeated Brighton, but in a well-executed half for the Park City Miners. Work behind. We're talking about this Brighton D, or the Park City D. This Brighton D has been very fleet of foot as well. There's a shot right into the body of Frey. That one hurt from up here. We've got a timeout. No. I missed that one.
Yeah, I think maybe the official thought they called the timeout, but there wasn't. And now
they do.
Is. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, timeout. Brighton will have an opportunity.
And I just think with the last 20 seconds left, Brighton really wanted to go in at halftime, maybe with try to put a play together here, try to get something going for Carrera. I think that they're going to try to maybe start the ball away from Carrera, try to, force the defense to rotate or shift to that side of the field and work it weak side to Carrera. I mean, that's what I would try. He's such a strong shooter from that lefty wing, so maybe you start to dodge, down the other side of the field, bang, bang up to Carrera.
And it feels like it's been a while since we've seen Carrera take a shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially from that one spot. He's so good from that lefty spot. So if I were Brighton going into halftime with 20 seconds left, I would try to draw something up to get Carrera in his sort of sweet spot. And that's going to start with a dodge away from Carrera on the other side of the field.
He scored early, and then he had a couple more looks that I think were wide or maybe a little high. Not bad looks though. And for me, I've kind of been like, hey, 15 still on the field, your best offensive player.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I look for him. We haven't seen a lot from Wismer, a lot of shots from Wismer tonight as well.
Right.
Brighton, they're not full strength. They've got some guys that are not playing tonight due to health. Expect them to be back for playoffs, but you wonder how much that may be impacting the offense as well. Guys with a lot of goals this year. So not fully staffed. That's not an excuse. I know Coach O'Donnell wouldn't use that as an excuse, but you wonder what implications that might be having as well.
Right.
Worked right back. JT's got the pair of goals. Works to Taylor. Taylor thought about it. Final seconds. Down to 5. Taylor working to the goal, and that one.
Off the pipe.
Yeah. Sealing off. Able to gather, and that will do it. First half complete. Park City, Brighton tied up at 3 apiece at the break. Half, Dane Stewart, Scott Kilner, 3-3. Brighton and Park City tied up at the break. As Brighton winning this opening faceoff of this second half. Scott, we were talking. It just feels like Brighton, the offense, hasn't been able to get back into the rhythm that we've seen them play at over the course of the season and even early in this game.
Yeah, Park City's defense just doing a great job of dictating the terms, for the Brighton offense. We found Brighton throwing skip passes, having a hard time beating defenders, putting themselves, and ultimately it's leading to, some poor decisions on the offensive side of the ball. And so kudos to Park City's defense, really keeping him in this game so far.
Taylor has a little lane, and Austin Taylor able to put Brighton back on top. What a rip there from the junior.
The commentator's curse.
Right. And that's where, for me, as we were talking, I was like, it just feels like there's not the decisiveness.
Yeah.
And you see Taylor, hey, we're going to take a quick step here. I'm going to work back. And as soon as I have the lane, I'm taking the rip.
Right.
And able to capitalize.
Yeah, great shot placement, too. Low and away on Cillianoff. And that's what we know about this Brighton team. They're great shooters. They have great ball placement. And so I want to see Brighton sort of get back to that style of play that we know they can do.
It feels like Park City started to get pretty dominant on the faceoffs in that second quarter, but back-to-back faceoff wins for the Bengals to start this second half. It's Carrera trying to work around Crosby. Oh, good vision, working right back.
Great
and it's
play.
Another Brighton goal back-to-back as this one netted by Luke Reese.
Great play. The Park City defenders sort of overcommitted.
Yeah.
And Brighton, very, very smart to attack the goal, draws the adjacent slide. Easy, just draw and dump, finish on the doorstep. Great offensive play by Brighton.
Luke Reese showing he can tickle the twine as well as the ivories. Young man can play a little piano.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I got the inside scoop. Nice goal there from Reese. You're right. Brighton very well executed. How about 3 straight faceoff wins now for the Bengals to start the second half?
I mean, we know Brighton can win faceoffs, and that's one of the reasons why it's so important for Park City to take care of the ball and try to manage time of possession a little bit better, because Brighton can win faceoffs.
Yeah.
They can turn the ball over. And
here's the other thing. I mean, you can play I was going to say, they got Carrera. He's almost like Alexander Ovechkin for hockey fans. Like, you get him to that spot, you might as well just count the goal, right?
Yeah, right.
But it felt like you can play such a good half like Park City did in the span of 90 seconds. You go 2-3 goals down against this Brighton team.
And to your point that you made earlier, Park City is not a super high-scoring team.
Right.
So, I mean, they really can't let Brighton, run away. A 3-goal run for Brighton, it's going to be tough for Park City to match that.
They trailed by 2 in the first quarter. They trail by 2 here. The Miners, as they'll bring offense up. Good little step there. Tried to work that over to Knapp. And the ground ball here taken by the Bengals. Oh, no. We had a push call there. Back with the Miners. Brackenbirch. Marsland. Good physicality there by Hansen, really forcing that wide. Back behind goal. Nice little spin move. Good opportunity, and that one rattled off the pipe. And Frey with it.
Frey with that quick outlet pass again.
And I love this, right? Get back into the tempo. You want to run. You want that ball moving if you're the Bengals. Carrera. Works back behind. Taylor works up to Harris. Here's Wismer. A little fake there. They work it, and Silianoff with a big save. Carrera, man, he's got such good handles. He can duke that pass and sell it so well.
Yeah.
Carrera, short side, hits the iron. That pass finds its way to Reese. Harris trying to navigate through. Oh, just wide. Good move there by Harris.
Yeah, Harris, good job of penetrating the defense, drawing the slide. I'd like to see a little bit more of that from Brighton.
It's back to the quickness, right?
Yeah.
Carrera. Ball still loose, and Park City now with it. We've got a hold, going to keep it here.
It's been a great defensive stand by Park City so far.
Yeah.
And Carrera's coming off.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hobbling pretty good. But not what Bengal fans want to see. Able to circumvent through, and that one's saved by Silyanov.
Great save by Silyanov. Harris was working. Does a good job of getting into the middle of the defense. Park City loses it.
Yeah, Brighton making that middle tough. But it will stay with the Miners. Here's Gould. Still with it. Try to get that over with Van Valkenburg. He couldn't handle it. Oh, and a flag coming in here is Park City. Saw kind of a late closeout, and do we have a whistle here after that pass? That looks to be the case. I think it's going to be Salmon here called for the infraction. Ooh, the slash there, and it's a 2-minute penalty. Van Valkenburg came over, kind of gave him a little push after he had passed that away, and I missed the slash, but another man up here.
Another man up. And Park City's scored on all 3 of their man-up opportunities so far today. It's really what's helped keep them in this game.
Yep. And a 2-minute penalty.
Ooh.
Physical check as they were trying to work that right in front of the cage. And Brighton coming away with it. No. Now they got it. And the Brighton fans wanted a call there. None coming. Park City back on it. Here's Marsland. Marsland's still with it. A low shot, that was just wide. Boy, a couple times where Brighton's been that close to being able to get possession in the clear.
Yeah. Yeah, Park City a little lackadaisical with some of those passes, but able to retain possession.
Sent up, shot there, and Frey with the save. Don't know if you can hear it. A young man, his nickname is Duck, and Duck calls whenever Frey makes a big save. Other end, Silyanov with thievery for Park City.
Great save by Silyanov. That
should have been a Brighton goal.
Yeah.
Best save of the night.
And it really started with a great outlet pass from Frey.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the advantages of having, a goalie can create offense.
Yep.
Off a shot, and that's one of the advantages you have with Frey. Just Brighton couldn't capitalize, so we're back. The penalty has released.
Yep. So back to even strength. That Brighton man-down defense doing its job. Little room here, and that shot is backed up. Here's Gould. Nice Nice job staying right there with him by Madaw. Approaching 2 to go in the third quarter. And that one denied. It'll stay here, though. Is that interference?
That was a hold.
Okay.
Right? No, interference. Yeah.
Okay.
That's interference.
1:45 left in the quarter. Remember, Brighton scored 2 goals in like the first minute of this third quarter. And no goals since that point.
Park City just having a tough time beating somebody one-on-one.
Yeah. There's a shot.
Boom.
Beautiful look. Liam van Valkenburg with his first goal of the night. As he finds a little seam there from 8 yards out.
And, you don't have to beat somebody one-on-one to have great out, but you do have to have great ball movement. And you saw great ball movement there from Park City, working the ball one way, reversing the direction. Van Valkenburg, just great, quick release, catches it, shoots right away. It's a good off-ball movement from Park. Good ball movement and good off-ball movement from Park City to get that goal.
Well, it was a great way to get that ball close, right? I mean,
Yep.
You talk about the patience of everything being on the outside, but if you can just ever so intricately just work that level by level, get a great look like that as this one sailed into the Brighton bench. It'll go back to the Bengals.
That's why great ball movement is so important. If you move the ball fast, it's going to force the defense to get more and more compact. And then you'll be able to get good looks like that.
JT able to bring it up. Anderson with a pair of goals today. He's been the leader for this Brighton offense. As Carrera set to come on here for the Bengals. And now Gabe coming up. Wismer trying to work that. No, that was a shot. Backed up here. Oh, quick burst there from Wismer. That pass between a pair of Bengals. And offside here. Just lost the line. I thought he reached for his flag, but never threw it, and Park City never had the possession there. Brighton here will start. 15 seconds to go. Coming around, and that stick check by Reese Smith. Able to jar it loose. And with that, the third quarter is complete. 5-4. The undefeated Brighton Bengals with a 1-goal lead as we head to the fourth quarter. Start of the fourth quarter, 1-goal advantage for the Bengals. Scott, when we started this game, you said Silianoff may have to have his best game of the year. He's played well. The defense in front of him has been great for the Miners as well.
Yeah, it's really been a tremendous defensive effort from Park City that's kept this game, just at 1-goal difference. It's really been a close game all game after Brighton went up 2-0 early. And, Park City showing some signs of life on offense there going into towards the end of the third quarter. And we'll see if they can keep that momentum going here in the fourth.
We talk about the faceoffs. Third quarter were slanted the direction of the Brighton Bengals. The fourth starts with a Park City win. I think they had the advantage in the second quarter from the spot, and starting the fourth quarter in similar fashion. Here's Knapp. See outside come over, good ball movement, but Couldn't get a shot away as Gould will remain patient. Birch. Here's Marsland. Coming around the screen. A shot there and a save by Frey.
Again, great off-ball movement from Park City to generate a high-quality shot.
That might be one of Frey's bigger saves tonight.
Yeah, that was a big save.
Here's Carrera. Oh. That one leapt out of the mesh, off the helmet, into Park City. Couldn't be held on the big check there, I think, by Murray. And now Brighton back on it. A flag here. So this will be a Park City penalty if they can gain possession. I don't know, man. Just hold this for the next 9.5 minutes, eh?
Yeah. I don't know. Park City's defense might be good enough, to take the ball away.
Yeah.
If you're just standing still, not moving around.
And now we'll get the call. I think it was a 1-minute call. So Brighton, man up. Taylor. Carrera working back. Carrera with a shot and a save by Silyanov.
Yeah, nice save by Silyanov. Carrera, time and room.
Silyanov playing to the far side. Good stick work. Anderson had it. Park City back with it. As they'll try to kill off the next 15 seconds. And back to even strength. Working behind. Here's Marsland. And a crease violation. Of course, Park City has one more game Friday. They'll take on Corner. That'll be another big-time matchup. Of course, Corner fell to Olympus last night. Awesome to see the top of 5A playing the top of 6A, right?
Yeah. I mean, so much great talent in both 5A and 6A. And
yeah. It's pretty remarkable when you look at this Park City defense. You want to know the most goals they've given up to an in-state team this year? Do you know the answer?
I'm going to say 10.
8 to Highland.
Wow.
That shot wide, and the chase won by Park City. Olympus scored 7. Lone Peak scored 6. Highland netted 8.
That is an amazing stat, actually.
And for a Brighton offense coming in, has scored 250 goals in 16 games.
Yeah. If an average score for a lacrosse game is like 12-10 or something like that.
Yep, they've only given up double digit to out-of-state competition, this minor D. And look, Park City, they're happy to score 5 if they only give up 4, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter. Little lane there. Peeled off by Alnwick. As we're approaching 6 to go. Trying to back it down. Was looking for Marsland. Couldn't connect. This one trickling through as Salmon trying to put the pressure on. Kept by the Miners. I know Salmon has a couple of penalties tonight, but, man, he has been aggressive and physical all night long and quick, too.
Yeah, I mean, just good man ball, ground ball right there. One guy takes man, the other guy gets ball. Oh, flag down.
Yep, this one trickling through, and we will get a penalty. Park City will go man down, or Brighton will go man down.
Park City 3 for 4 on man-up opportunities. So this will be their 5th.
And if you're Park City, how many more opportunities like this will you have to go man up? 5.5 to go. We've seen Brighton. They've struck quickly at times tonight. This may be a pivotal point in this game. Marsland works right back. He's got a little lane. The shot of riser that's off target.
Oh, wow.
How about that track? Good chase by Brighton.
Yeah, that was Tate Hales with the effort to chase that ball down. Not what Park City wanted on that man-up opportunity.
Oh, and that advance off target. The Miners have it again.
It's Garrett Hebert.
And, yeah, a late flag here is going to be. Did they take a timeout here? But we did have a flag on the far side. A lot to sort out here.
Yeah, we'll wait for the call.
I couldn't tell if there might have been an offside. There was a quick late step to get back across the line after Herbert had brought it over. They just waved it off.
Okay.
So it'll just be a Park City timeout here. If you are Park City, trailing 5-4, Scott, where do you look offensively?
Well, they do a good job of getting the ball in man up. They get the ball behind the goal, and they try to look for these skip lanes up top, and then Park City does a good job of finding those seams and stepping into those lanes and taking these high quality shots from up top. I assume they're going to do something similar. They've had they've had success with that so far, scoring on 3 of their 4 man up opportunities on plays similar to that.
Been a great battle.
Yeah.
You talk about average scores, kind of 12-10. This has been low scoring, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Been physical. And, you think about the 5A state tournament. You have Olympus, Brighton, Park City. 2 of those teams are probably going to match up in a semifinal. And then the winner of that would have to play the third. The 5A tournament is going to be an absolute blast over these next 2 weeks.
The penalty released there, so we are full strength.
Again, just a reminder, Brighton defeated Olympus. Olympus defeated Park City. Brighton trying to secure an undefeated regular season. Here's Marsland trying to get that lane, working in front. Good help.
Great takeaway by Brighton.
That was Alex West who collapsed down on the slide. And then that lost out. It's back to Park City.
Just riding the defender down the sideline. Good takeaway check. It was a good ride by Park City to get the possession back.
And we've talked about the Park City defense. Brighton has been on defense for most of this quarter. And they've been able to keep a big donut up there on the scoreboard. Here's Marsland. That pass disrupted. That was Salmon defensively with the breakup. Birch has some space. The shot
nice.
And the goal. Park City has tied it up as Wade Birch scores his second goal of the game. It's 5 apiece.
Yeah, Birch just sweeping across the top. Does a good job of creating some separation from his defender. No slide from Brighton. Birch finds the bottom of his stick, gets that shot up. Great placement on Frey.
To the face-off. And a Brighton win. Won cleanly.
Oh, Park City knocks it down.
Wow. Here come the Miners. A little bit of a burst. Smith. As we've got 3 minutes to go, and Park City's shown they can take 2 3-minute possessions.
Yeah. Well, we it's sort of a cliche in sports, but sometimes the best defense is a good offense that can hold on to the ball. Park City's shown that tonight, especially here in the fourth quarter, controlling possession.
Here's Brackenbirch. Good physical defense from Middaugh. Sent up. That couldn't be handled. Park City trying to stay on it here with Van Valkenburg. Brighton has it. Good possession won by Peter. 2 to go. And we will get a timeout taken by the Bengals. 5 apiece. Brighton trying to remain undefeated and win Region 6. We talked a couple minutes ago. Park City, what do you look to do for Brighton here on offense? Scott, what do you look to do if you're the Bengals?
Well, I think it's sort of similar to, I think, the conversation, the situation that they were in when they called the timeout, right? With 20 seconds left in the second quarter. I mean, I think you got to attack. I mean, you want to be careful with the ball. You want to make sure that you have a chance to get the last shot. But in 1 minute and 51 seconds is a lot of time to just stand around. So, I mean, I think you got to attack, try to set Carrera up to maybe vacate the crease and get open for a shot on the weak side of the ball. But if I were Brighton, I mean, I would tell them that we need to be aggressive in these last minute, 51 seconds. Let's make sure we get good, high-quality dodges going down the alleys, bang the ball, and really focus on executing, the offense. I wouldn't worry about we need to let's try to kill time and then try to attack.
Because that's what I was going to ask. Do you take any time off? Or do you say, hey, let's start, and just we always leave someone behind the goal. We're quick to chase it so we can back it up?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think just making sure that you're attacking, getting high-quality shots, but that you're also there for the backup. I think it's too hard to tell guys, hey, let's just throw it around for 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then let's actually go. I would tell them to attack right away.
Here's Austin Taylor. Has a goal. Throws it back to Harris. "90 seconds left. Taylor works the outlet. Carrera thought about it. To the middle. Park City able to take it away. Well, take away the opportunity for Gabe, I should say. Possession still here. Approaching the final minute. Carrera takes the shot and a bouncer that's high and backed up.
Yeah, Carrera, good job of realizing that Hebert's been guarding Carrera most of the night and has done a great job. It's one of the reasons why I think Carrera hasn't necessarily put up as many goals as we've seen in other games. Just great one-on-one defense by Hebert. Realized he got the switch there, had the shorty on him. Good effort by Carrera to get that shot off.
Here's Anderson. He's got a pair of goals. As we approach the final 30 seconds, here's Reese back to JT. To X. Now the wing, Reese. Sends up, and we got another timeout taken here by Brighton. 21 seconds left. So the Bengals have killed 90 seconds. And they'll have 20 seconds here maybe for the final look.
Yeah, they got one good shot. Carrera had to really work for it, so kudos to Park City's defense. I mean, I think they need to figure out a way to get a shorty or get Hebert off of Carrera and then just let Carrera do what he does. Whether that's putting him on the crease and vacating, whether that's doing some sort of maybe pick down in the corner to try to get a switch and get a shorty on Carrera. But I mean, I feel like it's got to be Carrera that takes this shot here to try to get the Bengals the lead.
You can tell how physical Park City's trying to be with him.
Yeah.
All the help they're bringing up top, and even with that, that's a tough look from what was that, 12 yards out or so?
Yeah, probably 15 or probably more than 15.
And doesn't miss that by much. I mean, that's maybe 3-4 inches high.
Right.
The fans here, including students, trying to cheer on their Brighton Bengals to an undefeated season. Trying to lock down that top overall RPI seed, which will be released on Saturday. 20 seconds left. Taylor. Carrera. He's got some room. He shoots and saved by Sillianoff. Final seconds. And we have a timeout, Park City? Yes, we did. Park City taking the timeout. There's 3.8 left. I think they're going to put 5 on the clock here.
Ball's going to be
in the middle, right?
In the middle, but it's not going to be over the midfield line. So they're only going to have 5 seconds to get it across the midfield line and try to get a shot. It's going to be tough with only. I mean, we'll see if they put 5 seconds back on the clock. Yeah,
yep.
They will.
How about Sillianoff? Made a huge
save.
save in the third. Big save there to keep this tied up.
And we talked about how important it was for him to play well for Park City to have a chance, and he's done that. Park City, just in general, had a great game plan defensively coming in here and have done a really good job of executing and making it hard for Carrera. Goalie play has been really good.
Hopkins will start it for the Miners. That pass broken up, and we are through regulation. 5 apiece. We've got overtime coming up in the Region 6 Championship. What a game, huh?
What a game.
Thought it would be, and it's lived up to it. All right, Scott, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
How many overtimes are we in store for tonight?
Well, I feel like it could go to double overtime. I do.
I didn't knock on wood, so this is my fault. I was talking with someone in the booth earlier tonight. I'm like, the amazing thing to me about lacrosse? I know it's hard. I don't understand how games can go to multiple overtimes because it's just like, you have 4 minutes. And then you watch a game like tonight, it's like, in a span of, 48 minutes, we've had 10 goals.
Yeah.
And so this is how games go to multiple overtimes.
Right.
We could have multiple tonight.
It feels like we could have multiple. Brighton could. One thing about the low-scoring game is we haven't had a lot of face-offs, and Brighton has done. At certain points of the game, they've been able to go on runs at the face-off, win multiple face-offs back-to-back, and so I think we'll either, see possibly a quick face-off, run down and score from Brighton, or we could go, maybe a sort of drawn-out double overtime scenario. I feel like it could go either way, really.
So a 4-minute overtime period.
Definitely a big face-off, though.
Yes. This one swept back and gathered by JT Anderson. And a timeout being taken.
That's a good timeout.
A very common approach here in overtime. It feels like possessing team, timeout, let's get set up.
Get our you don't risk maybe an offsides or a sort of like subbing penalty. Maintain, get the possession, get it over the midfield line, call a timeout, get the right guys on the field. Anderson was in trouble. He was getting doubled in the corner. Smart from Park City to double him right there.
Man, it's crazy to think the weather doesn't feel like this is our regular season finale. It's still a little chilly outside.
We have the heater turned on.
Yes, we do.
Which I appreciate, Dane. Thank you for bringing that.
It's just, we learned in week 10 that the Brighton press box has a heater. So it's been a great late find. Of course, we want to thank AD Garrett Wilson, everyone here at Brighton for having us. Been great hosts. We've done several girls games, a couple boys games here, and appreciate the hospitality shown by Brighton High School. They had good products on both the boys and girls side this year. Both boys and girls lacrosse positioned to make deep playoff runs in 5A. And that will all start next week. Golden goal. First to score wins. Here's Taylor. Carrera in the middle. And this pass sails out. Oh, Brighton gives it up. Whoa, a call on the other end is going to keep it here. I missed.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
It will stay with Brighton. Again,
that was a big call, whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the call was. Here's Reese. Sending up. Big shot and sealing off.
Great save.
He has started to seal up that goal. Did not allow a goal in the fourth. And an early save here in overtime.
Nice clear by Park City.
Yep.
Very patient.
I think Brighton just lost him in the midline.
Yep.
Here's Birch. Has a little step. Oh, and that pass is a little long, and it will head back to the Bengals.
That's tough.
Space for Hales being taken away. Brighton going to bring on their offense. Taylor coming up. Reese just came on. Approaching the final 90 seconds of this first overtime. Reese. Here's Wismer. Has yet to score tonight. 40 goals on the year, 41 assists. He'll send back to Carrera at X. Harris. Sent up. Boy, nice job holding that by JT.
Yeah.
And now we've got a timeout taken by Park City as they had it just long enough. 49 seconds to go.
Park City's defense just does a great job of staying compact. I mean, it feels like every time, they bury the shorties in the poles. They rotate out so that the shorty is always covering the guy on the crease, and there's just no, it's really hard to find a matchup where you're dodging on a shorty. And just staying so compact, playing such great team defense, and just making it really hard for Brighton to find anything, trying to find a matchup they like, trying to find a look that they like. It just makes it so challenging. I was just noticing during that possession, it's like, how many poles are there on the field? Every time it looks like somebody's getting ready to dodge, they're like, I probably shouldn't dodge on a pole. And then they finally find a shorty up top and then, beats his guy, boom, slides right there, double team, turn the ball over, call a quick timeout.
You said one of the best defenses in the state, and you watch it, and you're like, yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
There's a reason why, again, haven't given up double digits to a team in state all year.
Yeah.
Hebert's
done a great job playing Carrera. Carrera's had a tough time getting going. He's had some moments, but Hebert's been all over him. And the thing that's impressive to me about Hebert and the way he's guarding, he's not just locking him off. He's still playing team defense. He does a great job of getting in and helping his teammates, but he knows, he has always a sense of where Carrera is and when he needs to get out on him. And so Hebert's been really impressive for Park City.
Sillianoff, he'll bring it up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, could we have a goalie winner?
Oh, my gosh.
Sillianoff, the shot.
Oh, my gosh.
He scores. It's the goalie.
Oh, my.
A.J. Sillianoff.
That was unbelievable.
With the walk-off overtime winner.
I don't think I've ever seen a goalie score a goal. I don't think I've ever seen that, ever. In the 20 years I've been playing lacrosse or been around lacrosse, I don't think I've ever seen the goalie take it coast to coast and score the game winner in overtime. That was unbelievable.
We talk about how difficult Brighton makes it to get that ball up.
Yeah.
And how about the awareness of the senior A.J. Sillianoff saying, all right, I'll just go.
Yeah, I'll just
and
go.
having the confidence to take that shot.
That was
Wow.
unbelievable. Kudos to A.J. Sillianoff. Had a great game in between the pipes and scores the game-winning goal. That was unbelievable.
What a game. In overtime, Park City with the 6-5 win, thanks to the goalie, literally, on both sides of the field. Any question who our player of the game is?
Well, I was leaning towards Hebert because I was really impressed with him all night and his defense on Carrera and just Park City's defense in general. But it's got to be A.J. Sillianoff with, just the outstanding goalie play, making some big saves and then scoring the game winner. That was something that'll be one to remember for sure.
You see the goalies hug. I think they're going to have another shot at each other.
Yeah.
Again, playoffs are right around the corner. We are going to have a heck of a 5A bracket, but what a game tonight. 6-5, Park City with the win. A.J. Sillianoff. Big saves on this electric Brighton offense, and then the game winner. Wow. What a night. What a season in the books as Park City, Brighton, and Olympus, your co-Region 6 champions.
That's amazing. Just three great teams, all co-champions. Really impressive season for all three of them.
Yeah. We want to thank you for joining us. What a game tonight. Scott Kellner, thank you so much. Been a blast. We're going to have you with us throughout the playoffs. Can't wait. Want to thank you for joining us. For Tino Psyche, Scott Kellner, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us, and stay with us on KSLSports.com as well. Playoff action all the way to the crowning of state champions in boys and girls lacrosse in 6A, 5A, 4A. Until then, have a great night, and we'll see you next time on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.